Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about what is the difference between a career and a job. Sometimes it can be difficult to distinguish the two, and sometimes they kind of mesh together, so it's important we recognize the differences between the two. So today we're going to talk about long-term versus short-term, my experience with this, and then the outcomes choosing between the two. So again, what is the difference between a career and a job? You got to look at it with a long-term versus short-term mindset. At least that's how I look at it. So the way I see a career is that I'm getting paid to learn. So I'm getting paid to learn the skills necessary to become great at what I want to do. So sometimes it can be difficult to take a lower paying position, but if it's gonna teach you the skills necessary so that you can become the best in your area, then it's worth it in my opinion. Whereas a job, to me, is that you're getting paid to earn, if that makes sense. So you're simply getting paid to make money. A job can teach you those skills, and you are getting paid to learn at a job, but I think it's how you think about it. So if you're going kind of the job route, you just want something that's not very growth minded and it's just kind of stagnant, you're just getting paid to earn. Whereas if you're going the career mindset, you're going to go through different positions, you're going to change what you're doing, you're getting paid to learn the skills necessary so that you can become great at it. And that's how I see it, I guess. So with that, again, career is kind of a growth path in your one thing. I don't know if you guys have ever read the book, The One Thing, but it's a phenomenal book, and it kind of hits on this point that we need to focus our energy on one thing so that we can become great on it. And that's how I see a career. It's fluid and in the jobs and the skills you need to become great, but it's a long-term path. It's full of growth and career progression and things of that nature. So with that, it really boils down to, I think, your passion and your purpose. What do you find those to be? And that's what you should enter your career with. If you're focused on a job, I think it's more stagnant. It's not really about your passion or purpose. You're just doing it to earn money. And that's how I see the two, and I see how they differ. Is that a career is more passion and purpose minded, where you're focused on the long term and growth, whereas a job is just stagnant and you're paid to earn, as I said. So that moves me to my second point, was my experience between a career and a job. So when I look back at my work history, I worked at Costco for 4 years. And with working at Costco, I saw that as a job. It taught me some skills, and it taught me some great lessons with management and work ethic and things of that nature. But if I would have stayed there my whole life, it simply would have been a job. It would have been something where I go to work every day and I'm simply getting paid to earn. That's it. I'm just bringing home a paycheck every 2 weeks. It's not my passion or purpose. I'm just doing it out of necessity, in a sense. Whereas if I transition to my life coaching and therapy route, that is a career. I have a lot of different options. Right now, I'm just a life and career coach, but I may go to master's school to become a therapist. And with that, that's where I see the difference. Costco is just a job, and then I look at life coaching or therapy, which is going to be a lifelong endeavor for me. I know that I will be coaching or working one-on-one with people for the rest of my life because I absolutely love it. It is my passion, my purpose to change the world. And I've had experiences in my life that have put me in a position that I feel that I am meant to help people in that way. And so that's where I think the difference lies. You can see that with my life coaching and therapy, I have a lot of different options, and it's completely future focused on building it and getting the best I can. Whereas Costco is just here. Yes, I could move up in job and position, but it's not passion, purpose focused. It's simply paycheck focused. And that's where I see the difference lying, at least in my experience. Maybe yours is different, but that's how I see it. And that moves me to the third point, with choosing between the two and the outcomes you may get. So I have a little story. I know someone in my life who straight out of high school, didn't go to college, and chose to just get a job. And he's been there for 30 years now. And he's moved up a little bit, and he's now in a manager position, but he hates his job. And he didn't really take the career route. He just, like I said, took a job that pays the bills, and that's that. It doesn't really fulfill him. It's just something out of necessity. And I think if he would have chosen a different route, something career-minded that he enjoys more, I think he would have found himself loving his job and not something that he cheers to end every day. So I think that's an important story that I've at least learned, that it's important for me to go with what I could do for 30 years, not something I could do for 5 years because it pays well, if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, I think if you choose a career mindset and focus, you'll end up being more fulfilled and you won't hate your job. And maybe you do hate your job, and that's okay. So what I would encourage you to do is take the balance wheel in the description below. In this balance wheel, you'll find that it looks at all areas of your life: professional, health, relationships, and resources. And with that, you can see what's next for you and if you want to focus on changing into a career. So that's what we talked about today. What's the difference between a career and a job? And hopefully that was helpful.